has been locked away in chains. 15 years of struggle and pain. Kids taken away by a faceless form. She rises up in the darkest storm. Her voice touches hearts in a broken state. Podcast waves spark their fight and fate. Brenda's strength like a blazing fire. Inspire the lost to lift their desire. Brenda's cry echoes loud and clear. A warrior's heart, no room for fear.
I'm just your average parent trying to do right by my kids. Never thought I'd have to, deal with something like this. It was a regular Tuesday afternoon. The kids' toys were scattered everywhere. Then there was a knock at the door. My heart sank when I saw who it was.
Hello, I'm from Child Protective Services. We've received a report and need to inspect your home.
I didn't know what to do. They wanted to come in, look around, talk to my kids. My hands were shaking. I felt like I was doing something wrong even though I knew I wasn't. But then, I remembered something I'd read online about knowing your rights. I took a deep breath and said, "I'm sorry, but unless you have a warrant, I can't let you in." The CPS worker looked surprised. They weren't used to parents knowing their rights. It wasn't easy, but I stood my ground. I protected my family's privacy that day. Remember, when CPS knocks, know your rights. It can make all the difference.
Oh, hey, hello, howdy. What's happening? I don't think anybody's coming in here. Where is everyone? Oh, yeah. It's been hot over here. I don't know about what you guys at. It's freaking hot as a dog over here. It keeps raining, then it gets sunny, and then it's humid. It's perfect for growing some plants out there, though. I'm trying to sprout some seeds. Anybody joining in tonight? What's happening? Oh, yeah. So what's going on in your neck of the woods, peoples? I already put out the, let me see. Oh, did I put it out on Attempting to Punisher? What happened to my friends? Are we on Attempting to Punisher? Bringing it back? Can we bring it back, Darren? Alright, it's over here. Now I'm gonna send, I'm sending it off. Where's everyone? I'm not going to do this on my own, am I? Hello, anybody there? They were all in there for Daniel's show, not mine. I'll forgive you. Yeah, my hair's a mess. Sorry about that. I didn't know what you guys might want to talk about tonight. Okay, there's some Pax Fertilizer. Come on in. Well, about time. Thank you. There was a little bit of a little glitch happening, but we're here, and let me see if I can get anybody else on in here. We're having a good time tonight, talking about the problems with CPS that just ain't right. How come Herb Petty never comes on anymore? Herb, where are ya? Come on down. Join the party. Jerry Pfeiffer. I mean, whatever happened to her? She never reaches back out. Jerry Pfeiffer. She was doing some good work finding kids that turned 18. But the problem is they can't do that in Florida because the tools that they use in order to do that don't apply to Florida. Florida can get pretty much away with anything, it seems like. What do you guys think? Anyways, I should plug that in. I was thinking of going over a couple things that I had just in front of me because I can't understand why you can use, stuff on an investigative summary that there's a particular county that's in the Third Circuit in Dixie County, Florida. Cross City covers Old Town. The Third Circuit even goes into Swanee. It's a big racket they got going on over there. I guess they like to steal kids and ruin people's lives. You guys probably know the story by now. Hey, wet plants. Hey. Yeah. Right. What kind of plants you got going on? She's got all kinds of plants, man. Everybody's out planting me this year. I can tell you that's true. Well, I'm thinking about just trying to, straighten out some things, getting my stuff together. But I'm looking at my husband's investigative summary. Okay, so this is like from 2024. He was arrested March 26, 2024. And at the beginning of, they're talking about summary of events, okay? Somehow backing up the reason they took my husband from Louisiana to Florida. And as soon as it starts, it, like I said, it's 2024, right? But the first words on here is in April of 2016. Okay, that's when my kids were taken. So they're going to throw that up in our face. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement and Family Services initiated a dependency shelter petition for the minor children Christopher Cameron and his wife Brenda Cameron in the 3rd Judicial Circuit in and for Dixie County, Florida. Temporary custody of the Cameron children were subsequently granted to DCF. So, what does that have to do with now, the here and now? Are they ready to give my kids back? It doesn't seem like it. And then they go on to say the Honorable, that's quite the joke, isn't it? Oh, no, wait a minute. I jumped ahead. Okay. I'm jumping ahead. Okay, so in December of 2017, a final judgment terminating parental rights was entered in Dixie County for this case. The Honorable Judge Jennifer Ellison Johnson presided over the dependency proceedings. But what it doesn't say there is she only presided over those for a year, and then she recused herself. As soon as she found out my husband was getting out of jail because he was serving for something he didn't even do, thinking I was going to get the kids back over a little bit of marijuana. So he sat in jail for 4 months, and then we never did get the kids back. Did everything they asked, but to no avail. So then what? It's just something else. Is this that dependency proceedings and granted a shelter order in that case? That Christopher Cameron posted threats to public servants on social media websites. Oh, did he? So, if he was doing, and is that wrong? Some type of threat. What are they talking as threats? What's a threat to them? A threat that maybe has bad language and makes you have a little pouty face? I mean, are we dealing with babies here? Chris says that's all there is in that prison over there. A bunch of babies crying for about this and that. Sounds like he's doing some of that crying too because he can't get these darn bolts out of his. He's got a fracture, and the bolts are like coming out of his skin, and he was supposed to get out the pins or whatever you want to call them after a week. It's been after a week, and still nothing. It's just like constant. So I'm trying to call down to the VA and stuff like that today. Like the veteran, oh no, we don't have anything to do like that. Call down to ACLU. The phone's just ringing. It's just like, man, it was a big disappointment. A big disappointment all around. Come to find out that these people on Chris's brief or whatever happened with his appeal, so they never answered the initial brief. The state or whatever didn't answer the initial brief that his attorneys put in. Well, all of a sudden, the day after the appellate court put in an order saying if they don't respond to why they haven't responded in 10 days, then they're going to make this decision without blah, 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 without their answer. But now they're claiming that for some reason, the Attorney General's name or whatever wasn't on, like it was some type of clerical error. So now they're saying that they didn't get that initial brief. So now it's going to be another 60 days. That just doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right at all. Are you going to tell me you're going to stretch this out 60 days when we've just been waiting like over 30 days for this? how could they extend it to 60 days when somebody's being constantly just bullied, harassed, and it's not just the inmates. It's what's going on? Hello, I am. It's working now. I just want to let you know. Yeah, I'm live right now. Oh, okay, all right, no problem. All right, thank you. All right, trying to get people coming in. I'm wondering if something was wrong that Darren's internet went down, and then I was double backing up my plan with somebody else could help me with that. So what's going on with you guys? Okay, might as well just end my hell. I mean, you guys don't want to hear the hell I'm going through right now. Sorry, I'm making a plant sale. I'm trading a dog grooming for an anthurium. Oh, so you do you groom dogs, or the other person is? You got the anthuriums, don't you? And you're training it for a dog grooming. Is that what's happening? Babies don't listen to what they are told. Well, that's true. Um, and then again, it's just like the prisoners. They don't listen. They don't understand that whining and whining is not going to get them what they want. It's only going to make it worse. Okay, so they go on to say this that Christopher Cameron posts threats to public servants on social media websites. As a result, in this case, Judge Ellison issued an order regarding security measures in Dixie County Courthouse regarding Christopher Cameron. The order maintained that Christopher Cameron be barred from the courthouse unless permission was granted to enter the Dixie County by the Dixie County Sheriff's Office. So nowhere in there it lets you know that Christopher was running for sheriff against this guy that wanted to keep making him look like he's some kind of criminal over and over again. And then in 2016, the Third Circuit Judge Mark Fiegel presided over several criminal cases. He didn't preside over several. It was one criminal case, which was the marijuana case, and the civil proceeding was them forfeiting our Jeep. They not only stole our car, but they stole our little babies too. So what do you think about that? You are a dog groomer. That's funny. I was just talking about that to my son because we'd seen this really fluffy dog going down the road. We were taking a walk, and it reminded me, I was a kid. My friend lived 2 doors down. She's a bit younger than me, but we used to have a good time. And her mom liked to she shaved those poodles. She didn't do things for poodles or any of those dogs that need to get their hair clipped. I mean, some dogs don't need to get their hair clipped. So, but any of those dogs would like a nice little washing, wouldn't they? Yeah, maybe you can shampoo them up or something. Just like you detail a car, right? Am I right? You can detail a dog. Yeah, she used to do it right in her basement. Her mom was German, and her family was, and her mom would get mad. She'd talk in German, but they were very nice. That was Debbie Brumalis. God knows whatever happened to Debbie Brumalis. Are you out there? I should look her up. She was a good friend, and we used to take care of her little sister. She was very cute as well, Patricia. You know, some things you just don't forget, guys. And that was well before I, started. I think that's when I was going to elementary school. So I got long-term memory. It's a short-term memory that's the problem. On October of 2023, your affiant received information that Christopher. So they received information. Where were they receiving this information? Okay, the information they received didn't come from Chris. We know that, but they're saying they Chris allegedly post a 3-minute video on TikTok, short-term video posting service, a Patriot cartoon taking care of business. The same video was also posted on YouTube, short-term video posting service. the hyperlink to TikTok video was listed, and yeah, they have the whole thing. And they're trying to say it was under Brenda Cameron 50. Well, they kept taking down like both of our TikToks, and it wasn't China. I'm sorry, it wasn't China doing that. It was the Popo, we'll call them. So yeah, they've been. It's true that people will talk about like police brutality and do things like that, trying to make the world a better place. Well, you better think again when you're dealing with the good old boys, especially in Dixie County, Florida. So yeah, they'll put threat tags on you, and then anytime any law enforcement approaches you, no matter what state you're in, where you happen to be driving through, they see you as a threat, and they start slinging the guns around. I mean, that's what they did when me and my kids were in the back car. My youngest, they were only like 5 and 7 at the time, and they're over there screaming. They're putting my husband in a chokehold. And yes, it does happen to, all human beings. Okay, it's not just any certain race that is targeted. I don't believe so. Because I see plenty of happening to every race out there, but some get more press than others, I guess. But that's what I find strange is why is there no press on what's going on with my husband? You've seen the CEO killer. Well, he had big fans, big fans. So whatever happened with that guy? Anyway, anybody keeping up with that? Um, but and somehow that's okay. I guess they're paying attention to it because somebody died. So what does that tell you? If they're only going to pay attention to stories where there's death, then wouldn't that only encourage people to go out and and kill people? In my opinion, I think there's some type of connection there. So why would and just like it's almost an encouragement sometimes where these kids are going out on these shooting rampages in schools and whatnot. And then I think Biden did that. It was either Biden or Obama went to the site where the school shooting was, and we recommend no, you don't want to do that because the kid that did that or the other kids that are watching the news on this, they're going to say, oh, well, look at all the attention he got when he did that. So I'd say that's a big no-no. So as far as CPS goes, those guys, I'm so sick of them. What about you? It's just sick and disgusting because okay, so we had some news coming in about what was it? 88 kids, was that facts? Let me see if I can get back to it. I got this thing on bright as can be. Let me see. We go back. Danny's back. Oh, Danielle, come on. Danny's back. What is she saying? She's getting 104 views on something now. Oh, bringing Brenda back. All right, she passed me by. I got 592 on my show last night, and she got 966. So, boom, she brought it back with a 5.5 minute longer show than I had. I mean, that show just went on and on last night, it seemed to me. But it seemed like we had a lot to talk about. Cecilia or Priscilla, she joined in. That kind of made a good conversation. Did anybody catch that that's over here now last night? But let me see if I can get back to bringing it back. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can find that one story. Oh, that was kind of interesting. You sent me about this Josh Hawley. At today's Senate Judiciary Committee hearing, Senator Josh Hawley questioned interim 23. I'm just going to show it so you can see what this guy looked like. He looks like scary to me. These are the type of people we're going to have to be dealing with. Let's see.
Mr. Seal Savage, if I could just start with you. So, how many
Maybe I
customers
turn
do you have approximately? Between 14 and 15 million customers.
Between 14 and 15 million. I think you told Senator Britt just a minute ago that a goodly number of those are minors. Is that correct?
What I said was I don't have the number of customers.
You have the genetic data of a good many minors. Is that correct?
We have genetic data for a particular number of minors, and I will be happy to provide.
People under the age of 18. Is that correct?
That is how I'm defining a minor.
So they give your customers, I just want to make sure I understand your business model. Your customers give you their genetic information for you to run various tests on. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
And I mean, that's pretty sensitive stuff, isn't it? Somebody's genetic information. Is there anything more personal than that?
I would agree with you, Senator, that genetic data is sensitive information.
And so now you're just going to sell all of it? 15 million people, bunches of kids, maybe millions. It's just going to be sold in the open market?
Senator, the good news, as I mentioned, is that the two bidders or buyers for the company, one is Regeneron, which is
that's the big pharma company.
It
doesn't make me feel any better.
It is a large pharmaceutical company.
All right, so you're gonna take 15 million Americans' genetic information, and you're gonna sell it to somebody. And your message to us is today: trust us, it'll be fine. Maybe it's a big pharma company. Maybe we'll get lucky.
All right,
maybe they'll treat it right. I thought your privacy.
Yeah, I do. I do like that, Josh Hawley, but truth be told, he hasn't done me any favors. And I mean, to me, where's this guy from? Oh, I know why I was contacting him in the office, is because he's part of the judiciary committees. And, for years we've been trying to get help with all this stuff. And it doesn't seem like our senators or congressmen, they think it's not their job to do anything about these kids. Then if it's not theirs, whose is it? Well, of course, we're looking at the FBI, right? Don't you think the FBI should be involved? Because it has something to do with trafficking, kidnapping, whatever you want to call it. Kidnapping. You would need to tell the FBI about this kidnapping, don't you? But they don't consider it when the state's doing it. But what if they have no legal authority to do so? It doesn't make sense, guys. Let me see. Let me go back and see what else we got going on. What's this wood chipper law? You want me to do that one? Wood chipper law? What happened to the 88 kids? I'm going to go back. I don't even know where that one was. It was probably my other thing. Let's see what else we got here, though. This was kind of fun. This was some of Chris's old stuff here. Let me see. What was that one? Was this one? This funny one? What's this? Wait.
There's only you in my life.
This is Ron Paul, guys.
The only thing that's bright. My first love. Your every breath that I take.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. I almost messed that up. I thought that was funny. But that was another brush with greatness. I think Ron Paul was a great person. What do he have? Something for liberty. Something for liberty. I talked to his wife before. They live over here in Texas. And he also did a funny thing with that Borat. Remember Borat guy? Oh my God, that guy is hilarious. That was one funny thing that he did with Ron Paul. Ron Paul walked into that one, boy. Hook, line, and sinker. Let me see. He's doing a campaign ad for Ron Paul. That was when the Avengers was popular, I guess. Let me see with this one. When Chris was running for legislator out in Maine. Captain Occupy America. That was when the Occupy thing was popular. What is this one? Okay. So if anybody wants to know what Chris was doing when he made that last cartoon, it was part of a bigger picture where he wanted to make a Second Revolution movie, and he's got the Second Revolution is coming soon, created by Chris Cambron. So this is just a little comedic stuff, and like I said, I don't know why they got to bother this man.
Doing it. I go now. They blew it all up. They blew it all up. I looked at the camera.
Why did you make the film?
Oh, I made the film. Well, this film is really based on an idea that I was wondering why people allowed their genitals to be groped, and the national security is saying it's for your own security that we're going to grope your wife and children's genitals. And I just found that as completely strange. So I said, well, why don't we make a movie supposing that all Americans felt this was wrong? And that's where I came up with the idea for the Second Revolution. It's an alternate dimension where Americans are brave and will say, hey, you're not going to touch my wife and children's genitals. And they raise arms like in the Constitution says in this dimension. But I think it's everything the same with this dimension, with the oppression and the tyranny, except in the other alternate universe that this movie is about, we explore the idea of Americans being courageous and honorable and stand up to tyranny. And that's what I hope we wish to explore in our little movie. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
These guys.
What's the movie about?
He's such a goofball.
The movie's basically about an alternate universe where it's just like here in this world, except that the Americans are brave and stand up for their rights, and they're a little more intelligent and not so willing to accept slavery. It's called the Second Revolution, and then basically I don't want to give away too much in the movie, but basically the Americans don't feel that having their genitals fondled is for their best interest, and have their wife and children have their genitals at checkpoints everywhere you're going now. They want to fondle the children's genitals. And I just figured that wouldn't it be neat to have an alternate universe movie like they do all the time about Americans being brave. I'm sorry, I have to get back to the shoot.
He's such an idiot.
Okay. They ended it all. They blew it up. I'll never forgive them for what they did to my daughter.
Okay, so.
And when we run out of bullets, we'll fight hand to hand. Kitchen knives, anything. A hoe against a hoe.
It's comedy.
And when we run out of bullets, we'll fight hand to hand. Bandits!
Okay, so there's a whole story behind that. Behind the scenes with Christopher Cambron. Okay, so like I say, I don't know how people feel threatened by his goofy ass stuff, but apparently they do. But when he mentions he's never going to forgive what they did to his daughter, that's when we still had the kids. This was like back in 2012, and not long after that is when that attack on the roadside happened, where the kids are screaming, they're putting Chris in a chokehold and all that. And it really seems like all along the way that anything he was doing on YouTube, it was just like it really bothered them. I don't know. I don't know why they're looking at us so clearly. Maybe they're looking at people that have been in the military. They think, oh, they've messed with them so much when they were in the military. Now they're going to be, acting out violently. I really don't know why they take these assumptions that people are violent or will bring harm to them when they've never shown any violent history whatsoever. Florida's mom's here. Thank you for coming. Yeah, hopefully you got everything going on okay, Florida mom. That was the excitement this morning. At least we finally got that number out of those guys because, uh, yeah, now I have it too. So I was like, I'm gonna save this that number so we both have it and everything now. But yeah, we're going to be like constantly the bullying of the courts when we're trying to get justice for our children. And so they will come back with threats to us because we're trying to make sure that our constitutional rights aren't being violated every step of the way in these dependency courts, which more often than not, they are. I don't see anybody that has a case that isn't unlawful when it comes to the dependency courts. Because if you haven't had a chance to cross-examine your accuser every time you walked into that courtroom, I'm sorry, that's number one flag right there. Okay. What else? If you most likely, and if you've ever been drug tested, like in the hospital when you had your baby, apparently they're not supposed to do that without your knowledge, and that also is a crime. So that's why we were bringing up if I know my friend Wendy and we got the attorney working on this thing that if you have had a baby within the past 10 years, please reach out to us because we think we have an avenue that can take us to, what is this? Ice raids on Walmart. So yeah, that's what I tell you, Fact Over Lives. These illegals are like want to take over these Walmarts. I can't even get through the aisles at the Walmart, and they come over in school buses. Did you guys ever see anything like this? This was what happens over there. Judge Rose Marie Shire, like she's from the Shire. I used to say I'm from the Shire because I lived in New Hampshire. Try to tell I'm sorry, to try to tell me my kids don't have a right to file a federal lawsuit against the judge in dependency case who admitted to help trafficking my children. So I don't see how they're chiming in at all because they have no say so. I would say in that manner. That's none of your damn business. Your son, as long as he's turned he's ready to turn 18, isn't that correct? And that way he can do whatever he would like to do, especially if this child has been taken away from his mom against his will. I think we got to hear. And if your son wants to do so, I mean, be glad to have him on my show. Let him talk and just say, what his experience was is having to go through this as a child. I mean, Florida mom, you could tell us some stories too, because this happened to her as she was growing up. It's just disgusting. And then it's just like once they go into your life, they're never going to go out. It's ridiculous. And then you're afraid to have kids now because they're going to turn something around. Oh, since you were a foster kid, now we're going to make your children foster kids and your life will be just a living nightmare. Gosh, this is what they're creating. It's just disgusting to me. Okay, so on the 18th of July, okay, we got a lot of July birthdays, okay? Who else somebody's got a 4th of July birthday too, right? You also have a son that's going to be at what age on the 4th of July? Somebody told me, I believe that was you, Florida mom. And the 18-year-old will be the oldest of your children, correct? And then you have 4 others besides that. She was the judge in this case today. She called it a threat on her. It's not a threat. See, that's why I don't get it. You're doing things legally and lawfully through the courts, and they're going to take that as a threat. I take it as a threat when they're arresting me down the road and twisting my wrist and put my husband in chokehold, and then coming to my door and asking us about some damn cartoon. I take that as a threat because they're the ones with the guns. Am I right? God darn it, don't get me started. Trenton will be 17 on the 22nd. Okay. Oh wow. So you have two of them on okay, one on the 18th and one, oh, I see. He will be 18 on July 4th and Trenton will be 17 on the 22nd. Gotcha. Okay. I gotcha. Wow. Wow, they're really close in age then. I didn't realize that. Yeah, my oldest two, they're really close in age. They're 10.5 months apart in age, actually. My son was born May 18th, and my daughter was born on April 4th. So a little bit of time. I mean, my oldest just turned 41. Jeez Louise. And then I have a daughter that's 40 and a son that's 34 that have, he's done everything for his younger siblings because my two youngest are like 21 and 19 now. And that's what I don't get. So you have relatives available that are doing all these, jumping through all these hoops, and it's like chutes and ladders over here that we're doing everything that they would want a person to do in order to take custody of the children, to adopt his own siblings because for some reason they don't want to give him back to his parents. He has no idea what's going on. All he knows is he wants the children to be with family. But then they throw me into jail, then into prison on a 2-year sentence followed by 3 years probation because when I saw my daughter in abusive foster placement, they thought I was the bad guy. So you figure that out. And I've been watching some of this Berserker Patriot. He's out in Florida, and that was the same areas where my daughter was being abused down there. So I definitely want to get with this guy because he doesn't let any of this stuff go. He's going to call these people out for who they are. There's some detective down there, Detective Shelley Havel. She didn't believe me or my daughter when we explained that she was being abused in this foster placement. She said, and then when I look in discoveries, it says, oh, Miss Cameron was trying to mislead me. Oh, was she? No, I think I was the one that's being misled, thinking my daughter's is in a safe place, like you're damn promising, and she wasn't. What is this? Man, I get tired today, guys. I think I'm going to have a good night's sleep is what I'm going to have. I don't know why I'm so tired tonight. Oh, maybe it's because I went on a couple of walks and I really sweated up today. I vacuumed out the car. I'm getting some things done, okay? Is anybody proud of me out there? Can I get some praise and honor and glory because I really don't get it as much as I need it. I'm just messing with you guys. Let me see what else I got going on here. I got, I'm trying to get some of this paperwork for, get out. So I wanted to see is who is involved with this one thing that I want to look over that brief that my husband, the attorneys did, because who's to blame? Okay. So if the attorneys filed a brief for my husband, it's the initial brief on the appeal. And we waited till the deadline, and then the appellate court's like, hey, hello, the state didn't respond to this initial brief. And if they don't get a response to the initial brief, then they say in 10 days, they're going to make a decision about this case without their answer. Well, come to find out, that was on the 12th. They put that order in. On the 13th, the state filed for extension. Why? Because they're claiming that they didn't get a copy of this initial brief. Why wouldn't they got a copy of the initial brief? They said, I don't know, some type of clerical error that the Attorney General wasn't included on this paperwork. Now they could have another 60 days. Now, how is that working out for them? And how is this working out for my husband? Not very well, because he's sitting there thinking, oh, gosh, as soon as, with all this horrible violations of his constitutional rights and all the jurisdictional issues and all of the problems with the what was it? The jury instructions. There was really, it was like so much messed up with those jury instructions, guys. And that's what I'm trying to relate to my husband is like, how can anything be so wrong? And they just take one look at that and say, damn, these guys are nuts out of their mind over there in the Third Circuit. We better just let this guy go. I mean, I think that's what needs to happen. So I pray that it will, because this is not a good situation, especially when they're not taking care of his physical or mental health. And that's really, I'm struggling with that. And I'm trying to have my focus goes like every which way every day. I just like some mornings I'll wake up and I think of something that I can move forward with on the kids case, and just trying to make sure I got like they say, get everything right in a row, and make sure you're ready for like when somebody's finally going to hopefully come knocking on my door, or whatever they're going to do. They're going to send me an email and say, Miss Cameron, we see that all these horrible things happened to your family. Here you are. Here's your whole family back. Thank you. Goodbye. That's really what I want at this point. I just want my family back. I don't want any rewards. I don't want any parties. I just want this this living hell to be over. That would be fabulous for me. Okay, so I never found that one thing about the 88th. Okay, let me go over that. Sorry about this, guys. I can't keep up with some of that stuff. God dang it, I'm so sorry for you on it. Let me see what they got on this. Yeah, some horrible stuff is going on out there, guys. Just horrible. 88 children. They found, did you hear about that? Those one people they found living under the ground, of like a family of 5 or something. They've been living underground for years and years. Found. Let me see. Let me see. This is something different. This is 2 days ago. Let's see what this lady has to say.
Office says the operation happened on June 12th, and authorities say 88 Iowa children have been removed from 2 properties in Loiza County as part of a child abuse and endangerment investigation. The Loiza County Sheriff's Office says the operation happened on June 12th and 13th and was based upon information and reports regarding child abuse and endangerment. Officials say the children were at the Kingdom Ministry of Rehab and Recreation and the Shekinah Glory Camp. The investigation is ongoing.
Is that it? That's not.
Not sure if you saw the news, but Fox.
They don't really make a big whoop-de-woo about that, and you have to kind of search. So, Columbus Junction Ministry. We're innocent. They're not going to find anything, is what they're claiming. They're denying these reports of abuse. Authorities removed 88 children from 2 properties in Lucia County as part of a child abuse endangerment investigation that remains ongoing. Wow. To me, that it seems like there should be a lot more. There's a lot more than meets the eye there. And these people are going to say, oh, no, we did nothing wrong. We got 88 kids. What about all those sheriff ranches they have, and these Devereaux, where they're taking our delayed children and throwing them into these abusive foster placements and these institutions, and the list goes on. I mean, we just wondering what is going on that they can take babies away from their biological families that are perfectly good, and we're sitting here going out of our mind because we don't know what's going on with our children. That news reporter that sold my kid on TV is still selling kids on TV. No way. Let me see if I can find that, Florida mom. Yeah, that's just a horrible thing that you could have to go through, to turn on your local news and see that your kids are, for sale. What is it? What do they call that? I don't know. What do they call that? 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 What freak. I forgot the name of that thing. Heart Gallery, right? The Heart Gallery. Let's just type it in and see if we can find anything here. Heart Gallery. Adoption assistance. Oh yeah, see, oh, this is like 10 years ago. The one we seen with your son, is there a way that we can pull that up? Hey, Florida Mom, if you could text it to me. Oh, here you go. Forever Family. Okay. Okay. See, Florida Family Heart Gallery. Okay, CBS. Okay, thanks. Let me see. CBS 12 News. Florida Family Heart Gallery, right? What year was that? That was a couple years ago that happened. Let's see what this brings up. This was 4 months ago. Let's see who they're selling now.
My name is Jamie Taylor. I am the operations coordinator at Ashland
And
Baptist
this,
University.
you got your mother sitting out there trying to find their children.
Here in Palm Beach County about who the children and teens waiting in foster care to be adopted are, and why people should open their minds to the idea of opening their hearts and homes. So there are tons of children who need our help.
We don't have as many children in our foster care system as we did in previous years. But if we've got one child in foster care, we've got a need.
And sadly, it's often difficult to find families willing or able to step forward for many of them.
And they were unsuccessful in finding any family members or anyone else already in these children's lives to take them.
Who do we have in state care? What children that are awaiting adoption right now?
The majority of our kids are over the age of 8 years old. A lot of teens and siblings as well. You know, a lot of people come to us and they're like, oh, I want to, like a newborn baby. And, but there's so many other children who need help besides just the babies. If we had more people step up for those kids as well, it would help tremendously.
As well as understanding that these children have been through traumatic life events. What type of families are you seeking to adopt these children?
They've been through stuff that we could never imagine a child going through.
Yeah, like
And
getting
so we
ripped away
ask
from
these
your
children
parents.
to act normal, to act, what we
Okay,
would
so
call, but they can't. They've never seen
I'm just
that
wondering,
type of thing. They've never seen a
what's your son's name again? Maybe I could find it that way. Let me see. I'm going to find the one that had her son on there. See if it's still, maybe it is in here. Unless, did they take it down, Florida Mom? Well, sorry to say, I can't figure out. I should go to your page. You used to have it on your Facebook page. See if we can find it. Let me see. I want to see if they said it's been a while. Sorry, guys. Well, it looks like I'm not going to be able to find it. Going through. Oh, that's a nice little thing. Look at that. Peace and love. Isn't that cute? Like that.
NASCAR.
Let me see. God's children are not for sale. Abolish deprived parenting. by cruel and unusual unjustified punishment and torture, by treason and sedition, by court order. Your child plays, let me see. No, not that. Okay. Hold the adoption and family court system accountable. We've got some pictures. You got some nice pictures up here. And is anyone willing to share this in honor of all the kids with autism and ADHD? That's a nice thing that you can do there. I just want to see.
Here are
Well, sorry to say, I can't find it, guys.
Former family law attorney Connie Reguli.
I heard that song and had put them together. God led me to that song. Oh yeah, maybe we could show that as well. Boop boop boo. Bookboard's article. What is this? It's a long damn thing. It says the 337 youths out of care that we interviewed, the second follow-up were living in a variety of situations, as noted. Approximately 18% of the 411 or the 411 interviewed were still in care. Of those who were out of care, more than 2 and 5% were living with their family, either their biological parents or their other relatives. Thus demonstrating the importance of having contact information for relatives. Another 2 and 5, 37.1% were living independently, and that is on their own with a spouse or boy or girlfriend or other friends or a college dorm. Only 3.6% of those out of care were still living in a former foster home, not a relative. Youth who are the most difficult to track are very important to our understanding of what happens to young people after leaving care. Roughly 1/7, 14% of our second follow-up interviews were with youth in difficult to find or access locations, jail or prison, couch surfing, or living with a family friend, homeless, in a job corps, or in adult residential care facilities. Through relatives and friends and by working with shelters, we are able to find and interview youth who were living with a friend's family, couch surfing, or homeless. Working with the criminal justice system, we interviewed 6 youths in jail or prison aging out of foster care. And this is this article that was right here. So let me see. This is what it was explained to be here. Okay, so it's something under the Urban Institute. You're not going to be able to see this because but I pretty much read. Okay, Jen, let me see. Okay, here, this is what we wanted right here. Thank you very much. Okay, yeah, this was on CBS 12 News just a couple years ago, as far as I remember. Let me see. I'm going to turn it sideways. Let's get it bigger here. Sorry, guys. I'm so not good at this. Wait, I got to wait to do that. Allow. Okay, hold up here. What the world? Let's see. I don't know why I'm giving trouble with this now. Let's just go back one more time and try this over. I had it right at the beginning here. I think it's got some kind of ad first, so trying to let it go run out. Hopefully they didn't take this off, you know. I mean, at least you probably got it saved in your thing. I mean, hopefully they did take it off, but you save it for your records for sure. I don't know why. Huh. Oh, here. It's still commercial. I'm trying
Get
to
this
see if
low
I can
mileage
turn
lease on
it.
this 2025 Cadillac Optic all-wheel drive
Huh. It's not gonna
luxury one vehicle
it's not
showing
gonna
for
work if
around
I turn it
$409
for
per
some
month.
reason. Alright, here it goes.
In our Forever Family series, we're revisiting a 10-year-old child we've been watching grow up while he's waiting for a home. Now, through the love of his caregivers, Caleb here has maturely grown into the last few years. And as Channel 9 anchor Martha Tsugalski shows us, Caleb is hoping to find a forever home this time around.
My home, this is a farm? My first name is Caleb. I'm 10.
Yes, Caleb has grown up. He is as high energy as ever. He's very inquisitive. He loves to be out and about.
I love farms. Yeah. Just running around and stuff and just ride something. I really like that little baby one over there. I think I want to be a horseman. Look at you go! Just riding a horse.
He has a great sense of humor. He likes to play and joke with you. And the family is just going to have to be there for him and help him and guide him to, use his energy in the right way.
Just learn math, do research, do reading, homework and stuff. Just doing some math in free time.
Probably benefit from a family where there's two caregivers in the home.
Dad and mom.
Because it does require a family that's really on their toes. It's nice to be able to have somebody else to just, take a little break and be able to enjoy the best parts of what make Caleb, Caleb.
And many of the children who are available for adoption in our area are teenagers, have medical needs, or are part of a sibling group or hoping to be adopted together. To learn more about adopting or helping any of the children waiting in foster care, please contact Forever Family through 9family.com.
Wow. That's crazy, right, guys? Because here is Florida mom, right, fighting for her kids, and then she sees her son being advertised on the local news. I mean, I would probably blow my top right there. Man, I tell you that is okay. Let me see what else you got here. Let's see if she's got something else here. No, just let me do it. Make me download it. Oh, she's got some little pictures here. I don't know. I'll see. Not coming up very well for me because I'm not able to zoom in. Hold on. This is I think Caleb when he was a little bit littler. Is that Caleb or that's the other kids? I see. Let me see. Oh, that's Trenton. Okay, Trenton was on top, and then Caleb was on the bottom there. So beautiful children, beautiful, wonderful children. This is what they have to go through. Oh my goodness! And they have another one with your son right here. What is this? And it's just like a little advertisement. What? Oh my gosh! This is ridiculous. Here, I'm going to show you the picture, and then I'll read it to you guys. Isn't this cute? I mean, he's real cutie too. I mean, look at what a wonderful personality this boy has. And that's because of his mom's upbringing, not this other bull crap he's going through. Explore adoption. It's like 1-800. I'm not even going to give you all the number because nobody cares. Florida's adoption initiative aimed at promoting the benefits of public adoption. Explore adoption urges families to consider creating or expanding their families by adopting a child who is older, has special needs, or is a part of a sibling group. Through public education, expanding partnerships of social media, Explore Adoption invites Floridians to learn more about the children immediately available for adoption in their home state and community. So you think this might have been what happened to my kids' Facts Over Lives or Florida Mom? Most likely. They got shipped around by these people, right? They're being advertised, even though their brother is approved and certified for placement. They're advertising them through this damn Explore Adoption. I wonder if I can explore a little more into that and seeing if I seen any advertisements on my kids. God forbid. That is just disgusting. What else you got here, Florida Mom? Let me see what this says. Oh, and again, it's I can't zoom in on this one, but the Forever Family, meet Caleb, and they're even advertising it on Facebook and stuff. This is disgusting. Florida Mom, my heart is broken for you and sincerely sorry. Isn't it true? I mean, it's just it's unbelievable. I mean, all of us that are in the chat has had some type of loss or trauma of our children, and that's why we can understand what pain you're feeling and what you're going through, because you get post-traumatic stress disorder, you have ADHD, you're constantly trying to figure out a way or a will or somebody that you might be able to talk to that could change these things around. And another year goes by, and then another year goes by, and you just there's so many times that I just wanted to just throw in the towel, but then I'd get some streak of good news, or there's just some glimmer of hope out there, and it gives you the encouragement to go on. And we all have to do that. We all have to just persevere and be there for each other, through thick and thin, because we can't do this alone. And that's what I'm saying. Everybody make sure you have your cases all together and ready, and your affidavit, because whichever way we're going to use these affidavits, we're going to hit them up hard. And I mean, I got some ideas, and there's a couple other people that got some ideas, and I think we can do some brainstorming together and come up with this plan, is how to do a mass filing, and get this over with. And I mean, how much kind of attention do you think that would be if we got somebody 3-5 people from every state even, and then all at the same time we just go turn in our affidavits or our stories or whatever you want to call it, and say, here we are, we're victims, our children are victims, this is what happened in the dependency court, this is the case number, this is my child, this is where they may be at. Some of you know where your children are at, but still they're not with you, and that's the big problem. Okay, that's the big problem, because you have every right to parent your child. Okay, nobody is allowed to interfere with that according to your constitutional rights. And in fact, I still have this little book sitting around of the Constitution. We were reading a little bit of that the other day. All right. The federal Constitution adopted process. Should everything proceed with harmony, consent according to our actual wishes and expectation, will demonstrate as visibly finger of providence as any possible event and course of human affairs can ever designate it. George Washington. Just thinking. And then they have things for preserving the principles, guarding virtue and freedom, educating people. And that's what we're trying to do here, is educate people of the horrors or the possibilities of these CPS that are coming into your life to ruin it and take and keep your children. It's disgusting. Has anybody been keeping up with what Allie Carter's been doing? She's been making quite a few videos and making some rounds there. Now let me see what she's got going on. There's a gal. She's called, I think it's God, Sex, and Love or something on YouTube. So I'll go there and I subscribe to it, and I can show you. Let me see where my subscriptions. It looks like this, guys. All right, so it's got that little. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of pinkish, and it says GSI. And they've been doing some live shows where you can get in the chat and say, hey, this is me. This is my reality. This is me. So let's visit her channel and see what she's got going on. She's doing stories about Allie just about every day. Let's see if we can say some of these, or maybe we can look at the shorts. They got some shorts here. Let me see. Okay, where's the shorts? Okay, this is most recent short right here.
Where do you think those alters come from? Alters come from deliberate and extreme trauma. You have to literally, deliberately torture someone to split their brain in a way to make them split off into a multiple personality disorder. So when someone says they have alters, you got to think, where the hell did they come from? And who created them? Because when you have alters and you have MK Ultra, it's one thing to just have alters. You can have alters without having MK Ultra. You can't have MK Ultra without having alters. I want to give you his number. 980-298-2106. Now I'm giving you his number because if there's anybody who would like to subpoena me for the Diddy trial, I know some of you are looking for me. If anybody would like to subpoena me for a Diddy trial, if anybody would like the evidence that I hold to do the investigations that need to be done, Nick Fury, NICKFURY 1722@gmail.com. There are so many men in this army that have been waiting for a green light.
Wow.
They will escort me to receive the subpoena.
So see, she's ready to roll with that because that's what we're wondering is when they're going to give her a chance to speak. I mean, she was a CPS child, okay? She was put into foster care and she was trafficked. She's a victim of P. Diddy and a lot of others. I think they're even saying Biden. Can you believe this or not? What is she saying here?
Just throwing that out there because everybody's always asking, where are the kids? What can we do? How can we help? Look, if you need to homeschool your kid, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least you know what they're learning. At least you know that the teacher of the year ain't going to be doing sexual activities or whatever she got caught up doing. There was some coach that got caught up with doing with something going on with the kids and stuff as well, that we posted about in the community. Was it last week? So, I mean, these schools ain't safe, you know what I'm saying? Like the way they used to be, or maybe they was never safe. I don't know. Anyway. All right, y'all good? Or are we finished or are we done? Any other conspiracies y'all want to look at while we're here? Any other questions, comments, or concerns? I'll give it to what? Let me see, it's 52 right now. I can give it to 55 just to see if y'all have anything to say or if y'all want me to look up anything while I'm here. I'm trying to see if there's anything decent to share with you guys that Allie said, but I don't think any of this is something she wants out right now. Let me see. But I mean, I already told y'all that she's good. She was texting, she was putting videos up, and they're doing good overall given their situation. But all right, well, it seems like y'all slowed up with chatting, and I won't force y'all to chat if y'all don't want to. Unless somebody want to come in. Can I put the
All right, so she's got things going on all the time.
It says to whom it may.
What is this one? To whom it may concern. It's just, she's got a whole thing going on. and she's posting, or Allie keeps in touch with her, gives her all the information to report on, and then they'll do little clips of Allie. I mean, these Allie and her mom Shelly actually her adopted mom saved her from these evils of CPS and foster care, and she continues to have to hide herself from the public. I mean, look at what happened to Nancy Schaefer. Let's get real, guys. I mean, when the truth comes out, you ever hear that? As my gosh. Oh my gosh. And that was an interesting one I showed you all the other day, though. And so, though, looks like maybe World War III is upon us. We're just we're just in here for. Wow, there's so much going on, guys. So much. Let me see. Sorry, guys. What else she's sending me? This is something else we can share right here. Oh, Lord. Okay. Now this is Florida mom's 4 youngest kids right there. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? See, they get, thank you. Yeah, I mean, you gotta have to give these some kids some shields and some freaking swords, because they got to put their armor, and you guys got to put your armor of God on to help protect you, to see what the heck's going on here. I mean, what's this one? This let me see if I can read this. You got a petition to terminate parental rights, mother and father, permanent commitment, and manifest interest. So this is, they have 4 of your kids' names on the top of this. It comes now that the state of Florida Department of Children and Families, yeah, this is your. I'm just wondering if any of those names were similar to mine. You got Michael, William, Renellen Butler, born on the 4th of July. So there you go. Yep, it's his birthday coming up. He's a little bit younger than my son. Yeah, my youngest was born in 2005. But that was the Children's Home Society in break room, because the visit area was full. So yeah, you went to the Children's Home Society as well to do your visits. Was it in Gainesville, or no? She's way over in Palm County, but the one we went to was in Gainesville, and then the lady that worked there, Miss Beverly Jones. If anybody knows of this lady, I swear to God, she knew exactly what was going on. She didn't like how they were treating us at these when we were trying to visit our kids, how there were so many restrictions on it. And she's like, Miss Cameron, I never seen anybody bring home cooked meals and care for the children as much as you and your husband has come here and cared and nurtured your children for them to be doing all this to you. She didn't understand, and she was going to testify at the TPR hearing, and then I really have no idea what happened. We never ended up having anybody testify on our behalf. It just seems like a big, what do you call it? It's like a kangaroo court or whatever you want to talk about. It's just disgusting. And she's Palm Beach. I was Dixie County. Our friend Pam Solomon, she's in Ocala. We know a couple of ladies out in Ocala. Heidi. I still love Heidi, even though we've had a little falling out. Like I say, we got to come together as a team, guys. We can't, We can't go after each other because we're not the problem. The problem is we're missing our kids, and we're going to go out of our mind if it doesn't end pretty soon. Glad to let people know. Allie not dead. Jag has so many. Oh yeah, that Jaguar, right? She was just a big liar because I was really gotten into that a year ago, and here what am I thinking? I believe in everything she's saying. And then all of a sudden, she's all telling about lies about Hallie. And then again, are you going to be somebody that just wants to try to get fame and fortune at the expense of others? And that's what that Jaguar Wright did. It's disgusting. Because Allie is a true victim of CPS and SA with some of these famous people. That's why they're trying their damnedest to get rid of this girl. Oh, sure, they're going to say that she's not alive because they'll probably say, "Oh, yeah, that's probably just a person that looks like her." They're having to come out and say that stuff. It's bullshit, man. She's alive and well, and she wants to help all of us get some resolution to these crimes against children, and that's her main focus is the children. And anybody's focus that's not their main focus is children, those are the people that they could just hit the road because our main goal is to help our children get back to their families, make sure they're safe and nurtured into a loving and protective home, not being abused in these foster placements, these adoptive places, these institutions, all this stuff's going on. And it's just like we're hitting a freaking I just like I feel like you're hitting against a brick wall a lot of times, and that's why I just become like going backwards because I just like I get so disappointed when I try to call somebody or connect with somebody that hopefully can help that is in a position of authority, and then like, oh no, we can't help you. Oh no, we can't help you. Well, who the hell is going to help? Because it's all about the children, and there shouldn't be anything above the children's care. And especially when the American children are being abused, tortured, assaulted, all this stuff going on. And we have to sit here and listen to the news about children that aren't even legally here in the first place, or that they're being fostered and they're being hurt. What about American children? Y'all need to wake up. These people, our leaders, need to wake up and start listening to the facts as we're relaying to them, because we're the ones doing all the work here, guys, and we're not getting them to do even their job that they're put in these positions to do. And when is the FBI gonna? Hey, would you? The FBI might want to help you out there in Palm County. Because I was hitting up Jacksonville FBI for a long time, and then they wanted to turn around and say, "Oh no, don't call here. You're go harassing me." Jeez Louise! I mean, I'm not the nicest person you can get. I'm just going to pretty much tell you how it is. There was crimes against my family. I would like some assistance with this. Is that a problem? You know, they are arrested kids now. We, the people, don't sell other people's children. I never did anything to my kids in asking for help. Danielle is doing good. She did a show earlier, a little bit of emotional, show that she had. I mean, she's just, it's heartbreaking that her son had to go through, one of these horrible institutions and get taken away from how many states over, and their family is just like Danielle is just devastated about this, and I just feel for anybody that has been through this with CPS and these dependency courts. I mean, man, you guys, we just gotta just try to keep positive, pray. Do some gardening, do some walking. It's too hot outside lately. Try to do a little exercise in the house. I have a row machine over there. I haven't been getting on it. Get plenty of rest. I think the more you get, if you can get into an exercise routine every day, that's going to help you sleep better. And so that would be great. Okay, so her latest video was in the past, a few days ago. So all those who lied about her, she has a lot of info and has called out Pam Bondi and said, redacted her name. So Fact Over Lies is still talking about Allie Carter. If you guys are just coming in, we showed a couple of clips from her and somebody named Miracle. It's like God, Sex, and Lies. And you can find them up on YouTube, Allie's Army. Check it out. I mean, they're there. They know exactly what's going on, and they're there to help the children. Okay, they want all this exposed and out in the open, what's been going on with their kids. Hey Chris, how's it going? I asked for help and got beaten up for it, and the kids taken and sold. You're telling the truth. And Dr. Death, hopefully you're doing okay. It looks like we should be wrapping this up, guys, though. And we went over a few things. Like I said, I'm kind of distracted this evening because I got so much going on with my husband. And like I said, all that worry and, emotion that I have going on for that kind of distracts me from the reality of, we need to do everything we can to fight for our kids and not give up. And let's just not give up. How about not give up on our families altogether? Because the ones in your family that are good. Some of us have, family members that are distant, that are trying to make things worse for you. And I just can't understand it when family members turn against you. I mean, it's happened in my own family, and it seems like in every situation you're going to have a couple of bad apples, just like you do with any profession. It happens with every family. So don't be ashamed if you have family members that either are trying to cause trouble for you, they're not keeping in contact with you. Just know you got me, and I know Danielle, she cares about all of you. She's been working really hard in trying to keep her health up as well. And we don't want to leave anybody behind. And if we're not getting in touch with you, just know that we got you. And any information you want to forward to me, I'm going to keep. And just keep all your guys' information, each one of you that have reached out. If you want to give me your case numbers and anything that, at least give me your name, the kids' birth dates and stuff like that, so that when we go in and we start pounding the pavement with turning this stuff in, we're going to have your basic information about your case and like what years it happened and just these simple things. We can just leave it simple, do a little cover page. You don't have to get into an affidavit, just some basic information. Boom, my rights were violated, and here I am. So this is about it, and I'm going to close it up. My mother's siblings have no support, really, but just admitted they helped sell my kids, and they threatened to call the mayor and the cops, etc. Right? And it's like, aren't you going through enough that they're going to threaten you with something else? And like my husband down there in prison, threatened this and that, oh my gosh. And it's not, I tell you, it's worse. It's the guards are worse than the inmates a lot of times. So, it'd be nice if somebody did their job down there and just figured something out. Because I am tired, guys. I'm tired, but we got to keep up the fight, keep healthy, keep strong. And my name is Brenda Cambron, and I want my kids back, and I know you do too. I'll be back tomorrow to say we're bringing Brenda back tomorrow at 9 p.m. I'm going to, there shouldn't be a problem. I should be there. All right, talk to you soon. Take care.